What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video we're going to be talking about the rarest monsters in the game and how you can actually get a couple of them for free. So today I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to actually get these monsters. I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, it's going to get started. Now, when we're talking about the rarest monsters in the game, some of you guys, like, your initial thought is like, you're probably thinking about like just the rarity rare, right? But that's not what I'm talking about. So if we go to rarity rare, this is not what I'm talking about, obviously. Like, we have tons of rare monsters in the game, but what I mean by rare is the fact that like it's hard to obtain these monsters, like really hard. Okay, and first of all, let's actually start with a couple of the monsters from the epic category. And here you guys can actually see there's actually 3 of them in the monster game right here. I don't think there's actually any more of those. Let me just look around. I don't think so, unless maybe they're in the bottom or something. But anyways, these 3 monsters right here that you see are actually pretty rare in the game, and it's actually very hard to obtain them. So long story short, from what I actually heard from this was some of the players that I used to play with in the past from Team Spirit. From what I actually heard, that these monsters, the reason why they actually discontinued, like they just stopped releasing these monsters, and you know what I mean, just to get for players to actually obtain them, is because of copyright. Now that might be true, it might not be true, but basically these monsters, as you guys see, they're not in any of the books, and basically they're pretty rare. So if you do have these guys, then yeah, it's actually you're one of those like players that are in the small percentage, because not a lot of players actually have it. Now me, luckily, I was actually able to get myself Rockovan, which was a while back. And the crazy thing is, I don't think I could actually rank this monster up with like actual cells, obviously. Definitely not. It's funny because you see football, well, American football, obviously, but then he's playing football down there too. Now, some of you guys, okay, I don't want to trigger you guys in the comments, but let me know what you guys think. Do you guys call this a football or soccer? I personally call it football. I know some of you guys are probably gonna be like triggered and stuff like that, but that's what I basically call it, you know, back in my place. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyways. So I know some of you guys actually call it soccer, but anyways, it says touchdown, and it's funny because it's literally like American football that, like, look, a bunch of them just like come out of nowhere. But anyways, so I do have this monster, and he's actually in my monster vault. I never actually sold him or anything like that. One of the skill name is nice pass. There's no helmet, stopper, good pass. So is he like, I don't know if he's supposed to be like a you know what, let's call it soccer because I don't want to like confuse you guys, some of you guys. So we'll call it soccer and then football. Okay, like it's a mix of both basically here, as you guys can see. Like there's like round ball, nice pass, obviously. There's obstruction, football, question mark, break. That's what I'm saying. Assist, dangerous play, counter attack, tackle, and then last but not least, touchdown as the ultimate. So obviously not the craziest monster, and I was actually using this guy a while back when I first started playing this game. When I didn't have any legendary monsters, he was one of the monsters that I was actually like using. Now unfortunately you can't really obtain this monster anymore. Maybe if they decided to like release it in a future event, that would be the only way really, but you can't really breed the monster. Obviously it's not breedable. Now if it was breedable, obviously there would be like this heart icon right here on top of their names, but there isn't, so that means you can't really obtain it from breeding events. Now the next monsters I want to talk about that's actually pretty rare are actually the common monsters, and the funny thing is you can't even see them in the monster game. They're like, they don't exist. That's how rare they are. And I know that there's like a small percentage of you guys that actually own these monsters that I'm about to talk about, and they are common. Yep, they are a common rarity. Not common as in like it's easy to like obtain them, but just common rarity, obviously. Now let me actually see if I have, okay, I do have Dusk Aura. I kind of want to sell it, to be honest. We have Scarred the Outcast as well, which is a VIP monster. I'll just hatch it just because I might actually extract the original cells. Let's see if we could actually find this monster. It's a magic. Actually, oh, here it is, down here, Scarred the Outcast. So I'll just go ahead and extract that. There we go. And I'll just take these other 2 breedings here. But anyway, oh, I got another Scarred the Outcast. Great. So what I was saying, guys, the monsters that I'm talking about, I actually own them. Let me see. They're either like, no, I don't think I have any of them out because I only have mythic habitats. But if we head over to the monster vault and tap on the commons, look at this, guys. We have Fire Lion. This is one of the monsters you don't even see in the monstergram, and it is very rare. Like your chance of obtaining this monster is like 1%, if not lower than that. Like that's how rare this monster is to obtain. Here are the skills. Obviously we have Melting Fur, fire spark, gas flame, ember, and there's obviously much more like lava splash and so on. So obviously not the craziest monster like in terms of like being good in the game. The monster obviously sucks, you know what I mean? As a common, he's actually not bad though. I mean, he has like some torture skills. Obviously deals a lot of damage as well. Like I see some heavy here, in case you guys didn't see, there's a heavy fire damage, another heavy fire damage, and another heavy fire damage. So he does attack pretty nicely as a common monster. Now another monster that I'm talking about that I don't want to miss is this one, Turtle. And Turtle, I actually do have I think 2 or 3 of these monsters. And look at the obviously the skill names here. We have Energy Surge as the ultimate. It instantly restores all energy and reduces enemy monsters energy by 50%. What do they mean by that? We're talking stamina here. Because of how old this monster is, they used to call it you know what I mean, energy instead of stamina. That's how old this monster is. And look at the traits, how bad the trait is, obviously. So there's obviously slowing down, there's daze, stun, obviously. So yeah, very old for sure. I actually have 2 fire lions. Look at that. We have one right here, and then I have another one, and then I have 2, actually I have 3 turtles. That's crazy. Now some of you guys are probably wondering, how do you obtain these monsters? Well, I actually know 2 of the breeding combos, and that is 2 nature legendary monsters. I don't think this really matters like who it actually is. Now there's most likely going to be a picture I'm going to put up, but basically it's Nemestrinus as the legendary Nemestrinus, obviously, and then it's the Christmas one. I don't think it really matters. You could just throw into 2 of the mythics with, as long as they're like nature element, you could just throw them in here. Or does it have to be legendary? I don't know, honestly, but I know for a fact they need to be nature. So what if I do this one with another legendary nature monster like Greenasaur or Grakon? What about these 2 right here? I'm gonna go ahead and start the breeding. Now it's only gonna be like, yeah, 14 seconds. Obviously it's gonna be pretty fast, so I'm gonna go ahead and activate this, and we're gonna take the breeding. On our first go, we got Treezard. Look at that. So we got Treezard on our first go. Obviously not the one we're looking for, but basically if you keep trying this, eventually you should be actually able to obtain this monster. But it's just like the chances are so low that you got to keep on trying until you actually end up obtaining this monster. That's how like rare it is. You got to just keep going. Oh, I actually got, look at that, I actually got like 15 seconds this time. I wonder what it's going to be. It's probably going to be, if I'm right, it's probably gonna be the uncommon monster, if not something else. I know that for sure. I definitely know it's not Treezard though. So let's take it. Let's see. Oh, it's actually Jenny. Are you serious? 2 nature monsters gave me a Jenny, and it's funny because the 2 nature monsters actually they end up giving you a fire lion, which is something really random because 2 nature monsters don't really give you a fire, but in this case it actually does, which is super weird. So that's one thing. And I know that there's a few other like elements you can try out. Like for example, there's 2 like fire monsters you can do. I think 2 water, as long as like they're the same. And I would probably still use legendaries just to be safe, because that's what players use in the past to breed these guys. I'm not sure if actually like mythics work, but you could give it a try. Another monster I actually want to mention is Panda, and I'm not talking about Panda as in like the epic monster. Obviously we're not talking about that Panda, like this Panda. This is not what I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about the Pandakin either. It's like actual Panda. It's like a common monster. I'm not sure if you guys know who I'm talking about, but I actually don't own it. I don't know if I owned it in the past or not, but yeah, these 3 monsters I have right now on my PvP, obviously. But yeah, you can actually get Panda as well, and that Panda monster is also pretty rare. It's a common monster that you can actually obtain just by breeding, obviously. So continue breeding those elements, and maybe you might get lucky and get it. But again, keep in mind the chances are like really low, and when I mean low, I mean like super low. Now I don't even want to. I was gonna say, I was like debating whether or not I should actually flip another one or just leave and get my 3 gems, but I went with it anyways. There's not any good cells that I want to purchase. No like Panikin cells or Fredo cells. But anyways, I just wanted to make this video just for fun, guys. I remember to log on in the game and head over to the recent you know, website and make sure to claim your reward. I've already done it. There's actually going to be tokens that they're going to give you, I think either tomorrow or the day after, so make sure to actually claim those. But anyways, guys, this is going to wrap it up for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below which one of these monsters you have. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next one. Peace out.